Hello students. So in this class, we will see this topic electromagnetic spectrum and its broad classification. Okay. I'll teach this topic from your book. Okay. So that you can mark in your book properly. Okay. And because of the MCQ exam, okay, I will tell and I will highlight those important lines, important words. Okay, so you everyone open your book and mark or highlight those sentences, those words which are very important. Okay, so टाइम को बर्बाद ना करके हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं. ठीक है, तो आई होप सारे बच्चे लोग रेडी है इसका क्लास के लिए. ओके, एंड आई होप सारे बच्चे लोग ये जो आईसीएसई सेलिना फिजिक्स बुक इसको लेकर बैठे हैं. ओके, पेंसिल, पेन और हाइलाइटर व्हाटएवर. सो इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक स्पेक्ट्रम. ओके, so our topic is electromagnetic spectrum. So in electromagnetic spectrum we can get different kinds of spectrum. Okay, there are 7 broad classification. You have to keep in mind those 7 kinds of classification in proper order. Okay, so visible spectrum is there. Okay, visible spectrum is there, and this is the visible spectrum is the only spectrum which we can see. Other electromagnetic waves or spectrum we cannot see. Okay, so come to the next point. So the next point is the waves of wavelength longer than the red part of visual spectrum in increasing order. So here the wavelengths means here the electromagnetic spectrums are written in proper order, like this one: infrared, okay, microwave, radio wave. These are the 3 waves. Okay, these are the 3 electromagnetic spectrum whose wavelengths are more than the visible light. Okay, or you can tell whose wavelengths are more than the red light. Red light has maximum wavelength, red color has maximum wavelength among all the visible colors. Okay, that means the VIBGYOR, VIBGYOR, are red has the maximum wavelength, and the wavelength, these electromagnetic spectrum, infrared, microwave and radio wave, has wavelength more than red color. Okay, and the wavelength shorter than violet. Okay, violet has the shortest wavelength among all the colors in visible spectrum. So wavelengths shorter than violets are ultraviolet ray. Okay, second one is X-ray, and third one is gamma ray. Okay, so these are the 6 where the first three, this one infrared, second one microwave and radio wave, their wavelengths are more than the visible light, or you can tell wavelengths are more than the red color. And these 3, ultraviolet, okay, X-ray and gamma ray, their wavelengths are less than the visible light, or you can tell their wavelengths are less than the violet color. Okay, keep in mind. Now come to the next point. The next point is the complete electromagnetic spectrum in increasing order of their wavelength. I told that you have to keep in mind the 7 electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, 7 classification in proper order. Either you keep in mind in increasing order of wavelength or decreasing order of wavelength. Better you keep in mind as it is given in book, increasing order of wavelength. ओके, एवरीवन कीप इन माइंड एज इट इज, जैसे दिया हुआ है बुक में ऐसे ही याद करके रखो. ठीक है, बुक में जैसे दिया हुआ है. इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर ऑफ वेवलेंथ. सो फर्स्ट वन गामा, सेकंड वन एक्सरे, थर्ड वन अल्ट्रावायलेट, then visible, after visible 3 more, infrared, then micro, and then radio. Okay, so these all are 7 electromagnetic spectrum. I told that among the 7 electromagnetic spectrum only we can see the visible light. Others electromagnetic spectrums or other classifications are not seen to us. Okay, हम लोग को दिखाई नहीं देते. गामा रे, एक्स रे, अल्ट्रावायलेट ये हम लोग नहीं देख पाते, बट विजिबल लाइट हम लोग देख पाते. विजिबल लाइट में 7 कलर्स है, राइट? व्हाट आर दो 7 कलर्स? VIBGYOR. Okay, I'm writing it here. VIBGYOR. Okay, VIBGYOR. So V means violet, then indigo, then blue, green, yellow, red, orange, and red. Okay. Now these electromagnetic waves, these electromagnetic waves, their wavelengths are different. Okay, their wavelengths are different, but there is a common property that each of the wave travel with same speed equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second in vacuum or air. Okay, all the 7 electromagnetic waves propagate through air or vacuum with the same speed, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And this uniformity is there only inside vacuum or air. Okay, come to the next thing. The next thing is the speed of electromagnetic wave, frequency, okay, and wavelength. These three are related. Speed, frequency, and wavelength, these three are related. How they are related? They are related using this equation. C equal to F lambda. Okay, C equal to F lambda. So from here you can easily understand that F and lambda, they are inversely proportional if we keep the C constants, and C will be constant in vacuum for all the electromagnetic spectrum. That means when wavelength is increasing, that means from gamma ray to radio wave, in this direction wavelength increases. Okay, but in the reverse direction, that is radio wave towards gamma ray, in that direction frequency increases. Okay, one diagram is given in proper way. We'll see the diagram now. Okay, yes, so this is the diagram given. So when we are going in this direction, okay, then what is happening? Wavelength is increasing, right? Gamma ray, then X-ray, then ultraviolet ray, okay, then infrared, visible is here, then microwave, then radio wave. Okay, but when we are going in the opposite direction, in the reverse direction, okay, then what happens? Then frequency increases. Gamma ray has maximum frequency, radio wave has minimum frequency. Okay, gamma ray has maximum frequency, minimum wavelength, radio wave has minimum frequency, maximum wavelength. Okay, so keep in mind these small points you have to keep in mind for your MCQ exam. Okay, now come to the next point. Yes, so here all the 7 electromagnetic waves are given in a box. Okay, that is gamma ray, X-ray, all are written in a proper order, then visible, then infrared, then micro, and then radio. After that, wavelength is given in nanometer. Okay, no need to keep the range of wavelength, but try to remember if you can, like visible 400 to 800, 400 to 800. Suppose question is given, whose wavelength among the following is greater than 400 nanometer. Okay, so if you keep in mind at least the visible one, okay, okay, then I hope you can mark the correct option, okay, in proper way. No need to remember all the wavelengths, okay, that is difficult, but try to remember the visible light wavelength range 400 nanometer to 800 nanometer. Okay, after that come to source. That is also very important for gamma ray. Gamma ray source is the cosmic ray, okay, from radioactive substance. Okay, radioactive materials means uranium is there, plutonium, those are radioactive materials. X-ray we get from heavy metal target, okay, when electrons are stopped by it. Okay, ultraviolet we get from sunlight, arc lamp, spark. Visible light, you all know, sunlight, any hot bodies, white hot bodies, okay, flame. Infrared lamp with thoriated filament, heated silicon carbide rod. Okay, microwave electronic devices such as crystal oscillator, radio waves, TV and radio transmitters. So these are sources. Sources are very important. You can get direct short question. Okay, method of detection. Gamma ray is detected by their large penetrating power. Okay, penetrating power means they can penetrate through any object easily. X-ray by the fluorescence produced in a zinc sulfide screen. Ultraviolet by the chemical activity on dye photographic plate. Okay, visible light, you all know, other objects can be seen in its presence. Infrared heating effect is more. Okay, microwave, that oscillatory circuit, microwave, that is oscillatory electrical circuit. Okay, and radio wave, that is radio and TV receiver. Okay, so these are the things you have to keep in mind only. Okay, only you have to keep in mind. Now come to next point. So next point, directly come to properties common to all electromagnetic waves. These properties are very, very important. From here you can get different kinds of question. You suppose you're not getting direct question, okay, but the answer will be from here, from these 5 points. 5 points are here, okay. So read the 5 points and understand all the words properly. Electromagnetic waves, first point. This is means these 5 points are applicable for all the electromagnetic spectrums. That means from gamma ray to radio wave. So electromagnetic waves do not require any material medium for their propagation. Okay, they do not require any material medium. If material is there, fine. If material is not there, also fine. They will propagate. Okay. Second point, they all travel with same speed in a medium, example in vacuum. Okay, here something is wrong, that same speed in a medium. This is wrong. This, don't tell this one. Okay, they all travel with the same speed in vacuum. Okay, and this last sentence is also wrong, that glass in the speed is this. This is not the speed for all electromagnetic wave inside glass. Okay, this is not the speed of all electromagnetic waves inside glass. Only this part is true. They all travel with same speed in vacuum with the speed of 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, they all travel with same speed through vacuum with 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, now like the visible color, all the electromagnetic wave exhibit properties of reflection and refraction. Okay, they all show the properties of reflection and refraction. And we know what happens in refraction. When electromagnetic wave passes from one medium to other medium, then what happens? Change in direction. Okay, they follow different direction. The speed changes, wavelength changes, but frequency remains unchanged, because frequency depends on the source. Okay, frequency depends on the source. These electromagnetic waves are not formed by any charged particle. Okay, these electromagnetic waves are not formed by any charged particle. They are formed by the electric and magnetic fields, perpendicular electric and magnetic fields. For that reason, these waves are not deflected by electric and magnetic fields. Okay, because they are not formed by charged particle. If the form by charged particle, then they could deflect by electric and magnetic field. And point number 5 is these waves are transverse in nature. Electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. Transverse wave means what? Transverse wave means, suppose if I take few particles, okay, material particles, okay, suppose these are material particles. This is one particle, this is one particle, okay, this is one particle, this is one particle in a medium, and wave is propagating in this way. Wave is propagating in this medium. What will happen in transverse wave? The medium particle vibrate up and down. Okay, medium particle vibrates up and down. So up and down means what? The direction of vibration of the particles is perpendicular to the direction of propagation of electromagnetic wave. Wave is propagating in this direction, particles are vibrating in this direction, so they are perpendicular. So when the direction of vibration of the particles, medium particles, are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, then that kind of wave is called transverse wave. Okay, and that happens in electromagnetic spectrum. Okay, now come to the next point. Next point is, these all you have to read. Okay, up to this you have to read it properly. Okay, up to this. After that, we have to read two kinds of electromagnetic spectrum, that is ultraviolet radiation, and second one is infrared radiation. Okay, these two are there in your syllabus. Everything you have to read for those two radiation. So come to directly to those radiation one by one. Yes, so this is the ultraviolet radiation. Okay, here keep in mind the wavelength range 100 angstrom to 400 angstrom. Try to keep in mind 100 angstrom to 400 angstrom. If you get the option in nanometer, then 10 nanometer to 400 nanometer. Okay, 10, remove 10, then it will convert into nanometer. Okay, detection, how to detect? If we keep silver chloride solution, okay, if we keep silver chloride solution, okay, in the presence of ultraviolet radiation, then what will happen? It becomes dark brown. Okay, first it turns violet, and then finally it becomes dark brown or black. Okay, so this is one detection. So which solution will you use? Silver chloride solution. Okay, Next point is ultraviolet radiation. Ultraviolet radiation can be detected by their chemical activity on dye that we had seen in that box, right? Detection. Ultraviolet radiation is obtained, okay, obtained when they pass through a quartz prism in place of glass prism, because glass absorb this radiation. Okay, glass absorb the ultraviolet radiation, but quartz does not absorb. Through quartz, it can easily pass. Suppose one prism is there. Okay, suppose one prism is there. This is one prism is given here. This is a small prism given here. Okay, and ultraviolet radiation. This is suppose ultraviolet radiation. Okay, this is ultraviolet radiation. Direction is given. Okay, direction is given. Now in question it is given that the ultraviolet radiation is not passing through the prism. Okay, it is absorbed by the prism. Now question is, this prism is made up of which material? This prism is made up of which material? Quartz, glass, anything, either quartz or glass, or none of the above, or any other material is given. Okay, 4 options. Then which option will be correct? When it is not passing through the prism, when it is absorbed by prism, then the option will be glass, right? Glass absorbs the radiation. Glass absorbs the radiation. Clear? This kind of question you can get. Okay. Sources of ultraviolet radiation we have already seen, right? That is mercury vapor lamp, okay, emits radiation. Then electric arc and spark gives ultraviolet radiation. Okay, sun also is the source of ultraviolet radiation. Okay, so all the points you have to keep in mind. Ultraviolet radiation, large fraction of ultraviolet radiation coming from sun is absorbed by ozone layer, okay, which is present in the earth's surface atmosphere and which protects us from its harmful effect. Okay, so you all know this, that is ultraviolet radiation which is coming from sun is absorbed by ozone layer, okay, which is present in the earth's upper surface and it protects from its harmful effect. Now come to the properties. Common properties are there. Okay, common properties we had already discussed, that is transverse in nature, travels through vacuum with 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay, after that it does not require any medium. After that it shows no deflection in presence of electric or magnetic field. So these common properties are there. We'll see few properties which are not common to all the electromagnetic waves, which are the properties especially for ultraviolet radiation. So first one is this one, detection. Okay, ultraviolet radiation can pass through quartz, but they absorbed by the glass. Okay, this is one. Second one we had already discussed, that is straight line with speed 3 into 10 to the 8 meter per second in air or vacuum. Okay. Third point, they are usually scattered by the dust particles. These are uncommon properties. Okay, they are usually scattered by the dust particles present in Earth's atmosphere. Okay, they obey law of reflection. We had already seen this is common property. They strongly affect the photographic plate. Okay, as they are chemically more active, okay, than visible light, that we had seen in the detection part. They produce fluorescence on striking a zinc sulfide screen. Okay, they produce fluorescence on striking a zinc sulfide screen. When fluorescence means what? When they strike zinc sulfide screen, a spot will be seen. Okay, that means we can understand that the ultraviolet radiations are striking the zinc sulfide screen. Yes, so those all were the properties of ultraviolet radiation. Few common properties, few uncommon properties. Okay, now come to harmful effect of ultraviolet radiation. Harmful effect is skin cancer. Okay, if human body is exposed to them for a long period, then skin cancer can occur. And few uses of ultraviolet radiation. Okay, how we can use it in positive way. Okay, for sterilizing purposes, for detecting the purity of germs, eggs, ghee, etc. Okay, that means if there is any impurity, then ultraviolet radiation will reflect. Ultraviolet radiation will show any kind of chemical effect because it has it is very active. Chemically it is very active. Okay, so when there is an impurity, then it will show its chemical property. It will change the color. Okay, we can understand that there is some impurity. Okay, in producing vitamin D in food plants and animals. Okay, so these all are the uses, how we can use the ultraviolet radiation, and this is harmful effect only one, especially that is skin cancer, okay, when the human body is exposed to them for a long period. Okay, so these all are about ultraviolet radiation, very very important. Every points you have to read, I have noted down here every points, I have highlighted every points, and I hope you all have marked in your book. Now come to second radiation, that is infrared radiation. Yeah, so infrared radiation, here also you'll keep in mind the range of wavelength. Okay, obviously the wavelength will be more than ultraviolet, okay, because infrared, microwave and radio, these three waves, these three radiations lie below visible light. Okay, their wavelengths are more than the red color also. And in nanometer, remove 10, so 800 nanometer to 1 millimeter. So this wavelength range you have to keep in mind. Now come to detection. Detection is if a thermometer having its bulb blackened. Okay, initially the bulb of thermometer is blackened. Okay. Now if this thermometer is kept in a region where infrared radiations are there, then you will see that a rapid rise in temperature. Okay, then you will see a rapid rise in temperature. Okay, if you take two thermometers, same thermometer, one thermometer you are keeping in visible region and one thermometer you are keeping in a region where infrared radiation is there, then in visible case there will be very slow rise in temperature. Okay, but in infrared case the rise in temperature will be rapid rise in temperature. Okay, so this is one detection. Next detection is a thermopile. A thermopile can also be used to detect the heat radiation. Okay, the galvanometer connected with the thermopile shows deflection when infrared radiation falls on the thermopile. Thermopile is a substance which works when there is a temperature difference at the two end. Okay, and infrared radiation produces lot of temperature. Okay, rapid rise in temperature, so there will be temperature difference between the two ends of a thermopile, and due to the temperature difference the current flows. Okay, so galvanometer, when galvanometer is connected with the thermopile, shows deflection. It is showing deflection means current is flowing, that means infrared radiation is there. Okay, infrared radiation is there. Here also one detection, very good detection, like the last one, ultraviolet. In ultraviolet we had seen that it can pass through quartz prism, but it cannot pass through glass prism. Here also that kind of thing. The spectrum of infrared radiation is obtained by using a rock salt prism, because rock salt prism does not absorb infrared radiation, whereas glass prism absorbs them. Okay, so here rock salt, in ultraviolet it was quartz. In ultraviolet case, ultraviolet rays passes through quartz prism, and infrared radiation passes through rock salt prism. Okay, it does not absorb, but in both the cases glass prism absorbs them. Okay, glass prism absorbs ultraviolet, glass prism absorbs infrared radiation. Okay, now come to sources. We had already seen that all red hot bodies, okay, such as heated iron bulb, flame, fire, etc. Okay, sun is the natural source. Okay, sun is the natural source. Now come to properties. Again, few common properties are there and few uncommon properties are there. First one is the common property, the travel straight line, okay, with speed of light equal to 3 into 10 to the 8 meter per second in vacuum or air. All electromagnetic waves propagate with the same speed. Okay, they obey law of reflection diffraction, already we had seen. Okay, come to the third property. Third property is they do not affect the ordinary photographic film, because infrared radiations are not chemically active. Okay, ultraviolet radiations is highly chemically active, but this one is not chemically active. For that reason, it do not affect the ordinary photographic film. However, a specially treated photographic film is affected by them. Okay, they are absorbed by glass, but they can pass through rock salt. Okay, they are detected by their heating property, because infrared radiation shows rapid heating property, like unlike ultraviolet radiation shows high chemical property. Okay, infrared radiation shows high heating property, rapid heating property. Okay, this was the thing we had seen in detection part. Okay, and now they are scattered less by the Earth's atmosphere because of their long wavelength. Okay, when wavelength is big, then those kind of radiation cannot scatter much. Okay, because the particle present in air is very small. Okay, and the wavelength of infrared radiation is much bigger compared to the particles present in atmosphere. For that reason, they show low scattering. Okay, unlike ultraviolet shows high scattering. Ultraviolet scatter much because their wavelength is compared to the size of the particles present in atmosphere. Okay, for this reason, for the low scattering in atmosphere, they can propagate deep inside the atmosphere, even in fog. Okay, even in fog, but ultraviolet cannot propagate easily. Ultraviolet will scatter. Okay, because of the low wavelength. And last point is point number 7, that is greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide present in Earth atmosphere absorb the low energy infrared radiation and keep the Earth's surface warm. Okay, the carbon dioxide gases, you all know that nitrogen is there, oxygen is there, carbon dioxide is there, hydrogen is there, helium is there. Okay, so that carbon dioxide absorb that low energy infrared radiation. Okay, low energy infrared radiation it absorbs and keeps the Earth's atmosphere or Earth's surface warm. Harmful effect: a high dose of infrared radiation may cause skin burn. Okay, because of its heating effect. Okay, high dose of infrared radiation may cause skin burn. Uses: infrared radiations are used for therapeutic purposes by doctors. Okay, so that means clinical purpose. This is clinical purpose. Okay. Second one is photography at night or fog. They're used in photography at night and also in mist and fog because they are not much scattered, so they can penetrate appreciably through it. Okay, you all have seen different movies. In different movies, the person of the soldiers, they wear a kind of glass. Okay, that kind of glass, when the person sees through that kind of glass, the entire regions is green or like that. So that is infrared radiation. Okay, that is infrared radiation when the soldiers are fighting at night. Okay, or in fog. Okay, also in the photography at night or in fog, we can use infrared radiation. And next, infrared lamps are used in dark room for developing photography. Okay, in the same reason, they are used as signals during the war because they are not visible and they are not absorbed much in the medium. War means what? In war, we do not want to give signal to the opponents, okay, with whom we are fighting. So for that reason, as it is not visible and they are not absorbed much in medium, so it can easily pass through the medium. It can easily pass to the other soldier, other friend soldier to whom we want to give any information. Okay, they are used in remote control for television and other gadget. Okay, infrared radiations are used for remote control. So these all are the properties, detection, wavelength range. Okay, and then sources of these two kinds of radiations, ultraviolet radiation and infrared radiations. All the things you have to read very nicely. Okay, now come to a table. In that table everything's are written in a proper way. Okay, but I will suggest you read from the main part. Okay, every sentence you read. Okay, here also I am telling wavelength range for ultraviolet 100 angstrom to 400 angstrom, 4000 angstrom. In nanometer it will be 10 nanometer to 400 nanometer. They are invisible, obviously. They produce no heating effect. They produce only chemical effect. They affect the photographic plate because of its chemical effect. They cause fluorescence on zinc sulfide screen, again due to chemical effect. They cause health hazard like skin cancer. Okay, and they can pass through quartz but do not pass through glass. They are absorbed by glass. Okay. Come to infrared, wavelength range is 8000 angstrom to 10 to the power 7 angstrom. In nanometer, it will be 800 nanometer to 1 millimeter. They also are invisible. They produce heating effect, strong heating effect. They do not affect the photographic plate because they do not have chemical effect. They do not cause fluorescence, again because of no chemical effect. They do not affect the body much, but high dose may cause skin burn because of its heating effect. They can pass through rock salt but do not pass through glass. That means they are absorbed by glass. Okay, so these all are the points about this topic, electromagnetic spectrum and its broad classification. Okay, I have highlighted all the points, I have highlighted all the things, and I have explained also different points. Okay, so I also hope that you have highlighted in your book and read from your book accordingly and practice the MCQ question. I hope you have enjoyed. Keep watching. Thank you, everyone.